Welcome to the All Around Game Podcast. We back with episode 3. Got your boy, got my man's Black in the building. Me, your host, Tone Cups. Here, episode 3. If you haven't heard, if you're in that prosper Dallas, Texas area, Ross Dental Studios, check them out, check them out. They do you good on the teeth cleaning. Hey, it's me here, Tone Cubs. Got my man's Black. We here and we got the sports blue. Black, what's going on, my man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good about yourself.
Hey, man, I'm here, man. I'm here Friday night.
Tell,
Feeling good
tell
on
me.
this Friday.
Yes,
Hey,
sir. It's
man.
been a long week for me, man. I'm glad Friday here.
Hey, man. Slow down Monday. Slow down Monday. We got
Right.
time moving back, time moving forward this weekend.
Moving back, we get an extra hour, I think.
Get an extra hour. I
Yeah,
don't never get that extra hour. I'll be up all night anyway. I don't never get that extra hour.
I do.
I feel you on that, brother. I feel you on that. Man, check it out. We got
So,
Kyrie Irving news. We said we was gonna stay away from it, but it's continuing to escalate. Kyrie Irving
it does.
is continuing to put his NBA career in jeopardy right now. Have you heard
Yeah,
about the suspension from the Brooklyn Nets of a minimum of 5 games right now?
yeah, yes, I did, man. Yes, I did. And they put that minimum on it. I wonder if it'd be longer.
I think it's going to be longer. I
You
think it's
think
going to
so?
be longer. They're asking him to do specific steps. They're asking him to do certain things to allow him back on the court.
And you think he gonna do it?
I think he will because of the pressure. I think he will because of the pressure. Now, whether I think he should do it, I don't think he should do it.
Oh,
So I
really?
disagree with the apology. I don't think he should apologize.
Mm. Why you say that?
Uh, Not because of all the cultural things going on, the anti-Semitic and all of that. Not because of that. Everybody views it their views, and we're going to stay away from that. However, I do believe in the freedom of speech. However, I do believe what you speak from the beginning, you should stand on it to the end, cradle to grave it. If, however, he felt from the beginning, no man should pressure him to do anything else to go against his belief. Not for
Oh,
the money, not because of the man, or not because of anything or anyone else. If he feels and he still feels the way he feels, I think he should have not apologized. It's your freedom of speech,
yeah,
which freedom of speech is not really freedom of speech when you break it down.
I know, man. Cause at the same time, he working, he working for the Boston Nets organization. And then he lost his deal with Nike. He working for Nike. He representing each one of them organizations, each businesses that he represents. So at the same time, you gotta be careful what you say, what you put out there because you're representing the Nets and you represent Nike.
And speaking of Nike, sounds like they just suspended his contract as of right now and put a
Yep.
hold on his new shoe that was supposed to be released. Sound like they put a hold and a suspension on everything right now.
Yep.
And taking it back to the apology, I don't believe that was directly from Kyrie Irving, the apology.
Now I agree with that. Probably would.
I mean, I think a publicist put that together and stamped his name on the bottom of it. Um, Also, it's been reported that Joe Tsai, the owner of the Brooklyn Nets, sent Kyrie Irving a text a few days ago. I guess more earlier when this whole situation began, wanted to speak with Kyrie, and Kyrie left his ass on red.
Mm.
Left him on red like he was a bad bitch.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
And it's been reported that Joe Tsai doesn't want anything else to do with Kyrie Irving. It's the GM that's trying to smooth things over to get him back on the court. But like you said, he's suspended right now for a minimum of 5 games, likely more. What you think?
I mean, hey, like I said, he represents that organization. They can't be going around. In other words, if he represents that, that means the Brooklyn Nets are okay with him representing that. And so the Brooklyn Nets wants to show that that's not okay. Because at the end of the day, they have all these fans that they got to answer to that are supporting them. They're gonna be losing out on some money. Who knows? Who knows? You never know. But they'll be losing out on some money because of what he represents.
And that takes it back to the freedom of speech. I mean, the same thing at your regular jobs out here in the world. They tell you don't when you get hired at these jobs, you don't speak on politics, don't speak on religion. Those are two things they tell
Yep.
you don't speak on in the workplace in the United States.
Yep.
Majority of businesses, politics
Yep.
and religion, two things to stay away from. So I guess they're turning the NBA and the NFL, MLB. They're trying to turn it more into that this is a job, that it's a business. Because back in the day, you never heard them using the word "we going to work" as an NBA player. We going to work. We going. This is a job for us. They just started using that terminology just a couple of years ago. They weren't using that at first back in the 90s and the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
So
And we definitely live in a different world these days, especially when you got social media. That's crazy. Like every day you live in. I mean, every day you got cameras, and these superstars got cameras in their face. You got your phone in your hand. Everything is under a microscope. You can't. Some of them can't even breathe. I bet you LeBron, he'll probably only have peace around his house.
and people get offended very easily these
And people
days.
get offended very easy. You can't. Oh man, don't get me started on that, man.
Can't even say no. Hey, get started. Get
Man,
started. It's your platform. Get started. You get
man.
started because the offensiveness is getting out of control.
I mean, it is. It
It's getting out
is.
of control. So that's why I say I got a problem with you. Tell us it's a freedom of speech. We can say what we want, but we say what we want, then you want to penalize the person for having a freedom of speech.
Yep. I mean, like I agree. I agree to a extent, but at the same time, freedom of speech implies the freedom that you can say whatever you say. But at the end of the day, you still got consequences of what you say. You're not going to end up in jail though for saying what you say.
So okay. So let's hit that. So you say you're not going to end up in jail. So that's your version of
I
freedom of
mean,
speech. Then
depending on
the
what
fact that you're not going to end up in jail means that you get your freedom of speech, but you still going to get your consequences in the everyday life. Is what you're saying.
I mean, saying. I mean, all I'm saying is that you can say what you want to say, but at the end of the day, you gonna have people behind you giving you their opinions on what you said, and ain't nothing you can do about that.
So is that freedom of speech or no?
You can say whatever you want to say, but you got to suffer the consequences.
See, I don't see you got some of the consequences. That means it's not a freedom of speech. I
But
don't think the league just because it's legal shouldn't play a role whether it's freedom or not. If it's a freedom of speech, you shouldn't have to face these type of consequences.
I mean, but
So what if everybody else got on stage, went on Twitter, or they say he did a tweet, went on Instagram, went on Facebook, talking about their beliefs? What if 50 NBA players went on there, so they're gonna suspend 50 different NBA players?
hey, if 50 of them want to take that chance, then by all means.
See, I don't know. See, I think they're living off the reputation of Kyrie Irving. I think they're living off the reputation. And let me get this clear. I don't agree or disagree or whatever he tweeted and whatever he promoting or whatever they saying he promoting, because I don't even know exactly what he tweeted back or what he promoted.
I ain't
What I'm
looked
saying?
I ain't looked at the tweet. I really right like you said. I really don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what movie they're talking about. We strictly talking about the level of freedom of speech. That's what we're talking about here on the All Around Game podcast right now. We're talking about the level of freedom of speech and the consequences that you suffer from it or that you don't suffer from freedom of speech or lack thereof. You understand what I'm saying? So let's get that clear to the public right now. We're not talking about what Kyrie tweeted and the cultures and this and that. We're strictly talking about freedom of speech and consequences.
Right.
Understand what we said?
But okay, but back on it, like every action has a reaction.
Correct.
So at the same time, you got, like I said, you got that freedom of speech to do whatever you can say, whatever you want to say. But at the end of the day, something behind what you said can happen.
Yeah.
I mean, like even in politics world, if you say that you're going to clear out our student loans and you don't clear out our student loans,
which they put on hold,
right? But you don't clear out our student loans, you think everybody gonna be happy about that?
They ain't gonna vote for you the next time, but now we gotta deal with it for 2 years or 4 years.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like you can say what you want to say, but at the same time, it's like it's gonna be a reaction to what you're saying.
See, that's crazy. That's crazy to me. And unfortunately, this man's career is on the line right now.
It is, but I mean, this is a forgiving world, though. I mean, you know, it's here today, tomorrow. So,
he can go out and he can go out and drop 40 points 6 games in a row. They're gonna forget all about this.
And they're gonna forget all about it. They're gonna forget all about it.
So let me ask you this, Black. How close is this to the Colin Kaepernick situation? How close is this Kyrie Irving situation close to the Colin Kaepernick?
That's a good. I mean, I wouldn't say that it wasn't. It ain't. The Colin Kaepernick situation was world, like people that didn't even watch football knew about the Colin Kaepernick situation.
Correct.
I think this is just strictly, if you're a sports fan, you know what's going on. Other than that, they can care less. Colin Kaepernick had the whole world in uproar. Did he not?
Got him in an uproar because they still won't give him a job.
Right.
Kyrie Irving, he borderline, man. He borderline. If he don't, it's either one or two things. I see what's happening with this Brooklyn Nets situation and Kyrie Irving. One or two things. Either they're gonna bring him back. He's gonna go through the steps, whatever steps they asking for. It hasn't been disclosed what type of steps they asking for. Or they're gonna put him on hold and look for a trade partner. Now, if you a GM, you an owner, are you trading for Kyrie Irving?
If I'm a GM of a team other than the Brooklyn Nets,
exactly. Are you trading for him?
Definitely.
Instantly. Give him to me. What you want?
I take him.
You want a round 1 pick? You want a round 2 pick?
You want my bench?
You can have it. Give me Kyrie.
You want my bench?
Especially if I'm them LA Lakers.
They need it. They need them.
Hey, I'm taking them with all the BS that Kyrie Irving give you. I'm taking them.
I know, man.
His skill, his talent, too much.
He proves he can play.
Because at the end of the day, whether they want to admit it or not, it's about wins and losses.
Yes.
So if I'm a coach and I'm a GM, I want them W's.
I want the W's.
I want them W's. I want my contract extension.
Yep.
And people gonna say, well, it ain't always about the money. If it ain't always about the money, then donate that over here. Then you hear me?
Okay.
You
money don't buy happiness. I sure don't want to see. Let me find out for myself.
Let me find out for myself. Let me find out for myself. And let me tell you this, man. I got a partner, man. I got a partner from the St. Louis area, and they say last year Kyrie Irving was fasting and eating grapes on the sideline. Now this year, all of a sudden, he a Jew.
No.
I ain't gonna put my man's name out there, but man, I told him I say I gotta use this, man. And that cracked me up, man. That cracked me up.
Oh boy,
it cracked me up, man. You know, I was gonna leave that at that. He said last year he was on the sideline. You know, remember last year on the sideline they would say he was dehydrated.
I remember that.
and he couldn't drink or eat nothing till the sun went down.
I remember that.
Yeah, man. But like I said, man, we not on either side, man. We talking about the freedom of speech, man. And I tell you, it cracked me up. It cracked me up, man.
Man.
You know.
Yeah.
Hey, so we're gonna move forward. We're gonna move forward. I hope that situation works out.
Yep.
Like I said, I love to see Kyrie Irving back on the court again. He's a good, talented player.
Oh yeah, no
And
doubt.
I don't like no man. I don't care what business you in. I don't care what situation you in. I don't like no man bowing down just because. If you're gonna apologize because that's what's in your heart.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Not because of they
You
telling
told to do it.
you understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
Hey,
Right.
hey, part two. We gonna move forward. We talking about these Milwaukee Bucks 8-0, and we got week 9 NFL predictions coming up next. Part 2.